Morning, everyone. Morning. No, we'll start off from the start simply because Michelle Keegan's on the front page. That's it. And the widow's wiped out. This is the story of Sally the Slag, which we'll get to. And Donald's on his way. Donald Trump is coming to the UK. He will come to Britain next year, but this is going to, so how embarrassing it's going to be. It's like everything else. It's like that Columbia University thing. The left and all these, they're all going to get triggered so bad. They're going to be out on the streets completely embarrassing our country. Critics fume that Trump should not be given a royal reception after firing off taunting tweets to Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. No, that's not how it went. No, Trump reacted to Sadiq Khan after Sadiq Khan was so outspoken and so rude. Well, we'll be there to welcome you, Donald. Don't worry. Liam, my boy Bear, can speak 2 lingos. What is wrong with celebrities? Just talking. Your son's 7 months old, Liam. He can't speak. Yet you think he speaks English and Spanish. That's incredible language skills. Come off the stripped down Hitmaker said his son was following his parents' footsteps with his love of singing. He can't speak Spanish, bro. Everyone knows that. ISIS widows wiped out. Sally the Slag. Here's the one. So this Sally had a partner called Hussein, and he was actually, I was tweeting both of them. It's 2014. They were messaging me, and and her partner, because she used to be in a rock band. So I said, how does it feel? I think I messaged him back saying, how does it feel to, this is Hussein here. How does it feel to know that half the country rooted out your missus? Hashtag Sally the Slag. Now, in response to that, I then was at the gym. And then the Chief Inspector of Bedfordshire Police rang me up and said, where were you? So I'm in the gym. He said, well, where's the gym? So I said, where I was. He said, wait there, I'm on my way. He's come down. He's gone, you're in London on Friday. I said, yeah. He said, well, we've intercepted your coordinates, map coordinates, where you're going to be, in tweets from Junaid Hussain. That's her husband. So it must have been that bitter that I called her Sally the Slag. From Junaid Hussain. So he's now dead. But from Junaid, we've intercepted your tweets. I said, okay, well, so what? He said, well, we're asking you not to go. I said, I'm still going, mate. I said, and then he said that, and he goes, Tommy, listen, there's 450 ISIS fighters have come back. I said, yeah, I didn't let them back. You let them back. I didn't let them back. So now that you've let all these 450 trained killers and terrorists, Junaid Hussain and Sally the Slag's friends, now they're back, you want to tell me where I can and can't go? And that's not how I see this working. Anyway, but that's it. But now Sally's dead. Sally's dead, so one less slag in the world. She's been blown up 4 months ago. So I was going to say it's the second time she died, because I first heard she died like a few months back. But yeah, think about this for a second, yeah? So she had a son, Jojo. Jojo is now 12 years old. She had him not with Junaid Hussain, so she had a son with an Englishman before she converted and turned into a radical jihadist terrorist. So with her son, that poor son's dad, she took the son and disappeared out to Syria. So the boy's dad is still here. Now that a terror video come out of his son when he was 10, executing someone, shooting him dead in the head, shooting a Kurdish man in the head. So that boy's dad, not just his dad, but his grandparents, they're all still in England. They're all innocent. They're all just normal English people. And they've had to sit there and watch all of this. And now they know she's dead. They're 12-year-olds. So it depends what way you look at it, because there's talk to say, was the 12-year-old blown up as well? He's at the age of 12. He's been killing people since he's 10, executing people. This is probably one of the kids that certain people in our country will want to welcome in. Oh, we'll bring him in. You know what I mean? Put him in school next to your child. This little 12-year-old will be in school next to your kid soon, if certain people in our country get their way. Vow migrant survivors of the Grenfell fire tragedy will get the chance to become permanent residents of Britain. Why? You're here illegally. They broke the law. They're here illegally. There was a fire. That doesn't mean you should get amnesty. That doesn't mean you should get a house. There's so many other people who should come before these people. I'm sorry, but some people say that's not very sympathetic. No, it's not. I'm sympathetic to the English and British people that are sleeping on the streets, that are starving, that are cold, that are dying. Oh my God. My mum had to make her crying tot stand on a bus because the last pushchair space was taken up by a cat in a pram. Spokesman First Lee said the incident is being investigated. A cat in a pram, man. This is another one. This will annoy me, annoy you, annoy me. Do not go to Dubai on holiday. Do not give them your money. Do not go to Turkey. Do not go to Egypt. Do not go to these countries. A Brit facing prison over claims he indecently touched a business. So this British bloke's 27 years old. They've just sentenced him to a month in prison for being drunk in Dubai. Okay? I've been to Dubai 3 times. This before all of this, before my political activism, if you want to call it that. I went there years ago. Everyone gets drunk in Dubai. Everyone gets drunk. Once you're in the hotels, they're partying. There's drink everywhere. Nightclubs, mass prostitute clubs. Dubai's got all this, you know, Dubai, the centre where they try and pretend all this religious nonsense. It's only when they want to use it against you, they use it. Other than that, everyone's on the drink and drugs out there. Everyone. This is what he was up for, sentencing, where he's looking at 3 years. He's brushed past a bloke in a club, which will happen to be a Muslim bloke, so he's not past him. The Muslim bloke's then, this is what would happen to you. The Muslim bloke's putting a complaint probably to the religious police, and he's been nicked, and he's looking at 3 years for putting his hand on the Muslim bloke, as he didn't want him to knock his drink over. That's what's happening. Don't go to Dubai. And now a poor man's been sentenced to a month in prison. It's cost him £32,000 so far in legal fees and living expenses. 32 grand, he's lost his job. Should we have a read of the Dear Deirdre? I didn't get the Sun, did I? Funniest one I ever read, yeah. I still remember it now. There's a schoolboy wrote in, and he said that this girl, she's really attractive. She's sitting next to him in her school class, and she'd sit next to him and she'd start rubbing him under the table. And then once he gets a hard on, she'd go, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And she'd stand up, she stood up screaming at him, shouting, saying, "Look what he's doing." Imagine that. Imagine that. That's what a Dear Deirdre. Poor kids wrote in. He's wrote into class. That is a proper stitch up, isn't it? Proper done. He's sitting there like, "Oh no, Jesus." The whole class is looking at him. That's great, isn't it? Let's have a look at the next one. This goes to show again, after Liberals scoffed at the idea of a flood of Romanians and Bulgarians, well, guess what? We've got nearly 500,000 in the country now. And this is good because it's pointing out all the people like Nick Robinson, you know, Nick Robinson, the little bald bloke who looks like Penfold out of Danger Mouse, who's always on BBC News. Well, so much for these predictions of a flood of immigrants coming from Romania and Bulgaria once the door of the UK was open. Well, you was wrong, weren't you, Nick? You just go through Channel 4 News. Well, they were obviously wrong. Oh, it's the same. It's always the same. Labour. Always the same, from the same background, the same people. Always. The BBC was pushing this big agenda that you're racist if you say anything. Remember Nigel Farage getting absolutely slated because he said, "You want 10 Romanian men living in the house next door to you?" Do you remember that? More than 400,000 Romanian Bulgarian citizens now living in Britain, a number almost equal to the population of Bristol. Student doctor is convicted of indecent assault after grabbed lover too hard in bed. It's gone back with some lassies pulled. Well, they're dating, and they've started having consensual sex, which they both accepted. She accepts it's consensual, but he's grabbed her tits too hard. Yeah, he's grabbed her tits whilst he's banging her. Now he's done. Now he's on the sex offenders register. As they made love, the victim, a healthcare worker, referred to Miss X, asked Query to not grab her breasts. However, he groped her breasts twice. The woman, who cannot be identified for legal reasons, decided to go to the police after discussing the incident with friends and family. Oh, come on, man. Come on, the gee's on the sex offenders register for grabbing your tits, for getting a bit carried away during sex. He's put on the sex offenders register for 5 years, told to carry out 180 hours of community service in order to pay £2,000. I'm sorry, but that is bullshit. I'm sorry, but that's nonsense. Richard Branson said yesterday he believes Britain will rejoin the European Union because Brexit voters are dying off. This is where they're saying that because a lot of old people have passed away that would have voted Brexit. Well, they want a second referendum because vote leavers are dying. Sir Richard Branson thinks Brexit was the saddest thing that's ever happened to Great Britain. You know, not only the tragedies of the World Wars, not only the loss of lives, Brexit. Of course, Richard, because it doesn't affect you, does it, Richard Branson? Living on your virgin fantasy island, wherever it is you live, it doesn't affect you. None of the problems affect you. And here you are talking, oh man, how annoying are these people? Another one, the hypocrisy. Mandarin, this is the man who's responsible for bringing the pension age up to 67. Guess what? He just retired at 61. It's just an absolute piss take. It's an absolute liberty. The civil servant responsible for increasing the state pension age to 67 has announced his retirement, age 61. How is that? How can he do that? You've made it so every other person has to work to 67. That's what you've done. You're responsible for that. And yet you think you can just swan off at age 61. Guess how much his pension is of our money, taxpayers' money. Guess how much pension he's got? £1.8 million. £85,000 every single year. 250 grand up front payment. The whole page is just hypocrites everywhere. Says me who told you not to go to Dubai, and I've been there 3 times. Don't go, seriously. I went there before. I'm going to sign off because how we've been asking you to help us set up a show, the Tommy Robinson Show. Well, we have a venue and we're going to go there now. I'm going to video it so you can all see before the work starts, before the clear out begins, the before, the art, the during and the after. And I want to say a special thank you to everyone who's helped support it so far. Anyone else who wants to support it and wants to help us get up and running. We're not the BBC. We don't have access to billions of pounds or even millions of pounds or even hundreds of thousands of pounds. We don't have it. We are a grassroots media outlet. That's journalist, aren't I now? Media outlet, and we need your help. So if you can help us, go to tommyrobinson.com. Let's get it up and running. Let's get this media show on the road. Thank you very much. If you want to help with the construction of the new studio or you want your name on a brick in the new studio, go to tommyrobinson.com.